Hello and welcome to my third episode of my little Blackstone Fortress playthrough. So as per usual, in this little series, I'm cycling through the heroes in the first little bit of the introduction. So last time we had the Eldar Ranger Amelin Shadow Guide, who did really well, immediately finding the entire purpose of being here permanently inspiring her. But this time, I'm adding in the rogue trader, Janus Draik, who's kind of the, what's the term? He's sort of the poster model of the set, you know, because there's now a grand total of 3 rogue trader models, you know, very unique. I believe the story sort of centres around him in the official storyline. He's very cool, really nice model. He's a really good close combat fighter, so that should be pretty cool. He's here because, you know, rogue traders want money. And the Blackstone Fortress has lots of little goodies inside, so he's looking for those. Alright, so we're carrying on. Now, one little thing I want to add that I've completely forgotten to mention before. With the clues, I'm cycling through those off camera between all the explorers, so that when we actually do a stronghold, which is coming up soonish, you know, we can actually have, you know, the fighters I want, rather than just having to go for certain ones, because, you know, we've got certain loot items. So, it's time to draw the first exploration card of this next encounter. Wha-bam! It's a big combat. Alright, I'll be back after setting this up. Alright, so here we are after setup, and well, it's clear that the Servants of the Abyss have gotten the traitor Chaos Warband that we're fighting. They're clearly organised now. You know, they're ready for us. So, you know, we're in the lift over here. It's a bit off, but, you know, you can see that. I'll probably put up a better view in a moment. And then we drew just loads of guardsmen. We've got 8 guardsmen over here. We've got 6 guardsmen over here. And then finally a Chaos Marine and some Beastmen. I mean, clearly the Chaos Marine's in charge of this assault, because, you know, Chaos Space Marines. Should be interesting, this combat. I've drawn the initiative order already. Janus Draik is going first and then immediately followed by the guardsmen. I don't want that to happen. I want Pious Vaughn to go first, because she can definitely clear this group of guardsmen over here. So, I'll come back after the start of Pious Vaughn's turn. Alright, so having looked at the situation, I've moved Pious Vaughn up using her 1 action. And then using her 2nd action, I'm going to use a 6 to Cleansing Flames this group of guardsmen, which includes the Sergeant. So starting off with the Sergeant, she gets a wound. On the Flamer Man, gets a wound. And then on the Grenade Man, gets a wound. So they've all taken 1 wound each. I'm then going to use Cleansing Flames again, using another 6 to do it again on the same cost out group, because none of them died, and I really wanted them to die. So the Sergeant takes a wound, doesn't die. The Flamer dies. And the Grenade Man dies. So that's 2 removed. Then I'm going to use her 3... Yes, to Vindicator Flamer this group of 3 guys. So the Machete Man dies. The Club Man doesn't take any damage. And the Lasgun Man takes a wound, so dead. Then we're going to spend the 5 off the Destiny pool to do it again on the group of 2. So the Lasgun Man, who's taken a wound already, dies, and then the other man doesn't take anything. So there we go, that was pretty good from Pious Vaughn. I would have liked better, but beggars can't be choosers. Does she gain an inspiration point? She killed 8 wounds worth. She does not on a 19. I will be back after rolling for what the hostiles do. So, off camera I rolled for their reinforcement, and naturally they rolled a 2. So all that damage did nothing as they just came back. So rolling for Clubman, he rolls a 10, whilst close, which is charge. He rolls double purple. Gets a wound, she can block it on a d6. She does not, she takes a wound. Next we have got the Sergeant. What does he want to do? So the first guy's upset. The Sergeant rolls a 13, whilst also close, because he doesn't have a lasgun. Charge as well. Does he do anything? He gets a crit. Does she block it? No. This is an awful start to the adventure. Then it is Lasgun number 1 rolls a 4, which, whilst hidden, because they can't see anybody, sneak. So 1, 2. Lasgun man number 2 rolls a 13 whilst hidden, charge. So 1, 2. He's not in combat, so he moves again. So next it's Amelin's Shadow Guide. I'll be back once I've figured out what she's going to do. I think I know though. Okay, so Amelin's used her first action to move from here to here. We will then start the stabbing. So stabbing into the sergeant, gets a crit, he is dead. Then into the next melee guy. These are all require 1+2, so she does that. She does a wound. I'm then going to stab him again because I want him dead. He's dead. So that was move, stab once, stab twice, stab 3 times. So that's her entire actions. Does she gain inspiration? She does not. Next is Janus Draik. Yeah, I mean, he will start off with a move to here, and then he's going to start some stabbing. Starting off with a 4. He is going to make a flurry of attacks. So the first stab, because these can split up. Yes, they can. So into the guy with a machete. He is dead. Into the guy with a club. He takes a wound. We are then going to spend a 5 to do it again. So into Clubman. How we roll that? Dies. And then into the Lasgun Man. He is alive. And then he's going to spend his 6 to guarantee that this guy does not continue to live. 3 attacks into him. Nothing. And a wound. Way to make me eat my own words, Janus. So now it's the Chaos Marine and the Beastmen. I will roll them off camera because they're likely not to do anything. Okay, so as expected, they didn't really do anything. They just moved around a little bit. I've also realised that the robot I've completely messed up because he physically can't move anywhere. Because if you look at the Eldar and the Zealot, Pious Vaughn, they're both holding up that hex. And yeah, I actually can't. Yeah, they're holding up the hex, so I can't actually move there. So he's literally just done his turn by not doing anything. So then we go on to the other Traitor Guardsman group. They don't reinforce, thankfully. What does Mr. Lasgun Man do? Whilst engaged, I don't have their card. Here's their card. What is a free while engaged? He's going to run away. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, tries to get as far away, there he is, as possible. The Sergeant rolls a 15 whilst hidden? Yeah, he is hidden there because of the way that the hex works, because he's got the purple. 15 while hidden is charge. Boop. Gonna stab him. Gets a crit. Does Janus Draik block it? He does, way off there, on a crit. And Janus Draik, when he rolls a crit for defense whilst engaged, he can parry and hit back, because he's a swashbuckler. So he hits back and crits him, so he kills the Sergeant in response. Very good, Janus. Doing your job. Flame Man rolls a 7, whilst hidden, is advance. So Flame Man's going to move here and then set fire to Janus Draik, which, I think that's the right dice. It is. Gets a success. Does he block it? He does. He somehow parries the Flamer. Does a wound. Then the Grenade Man rolls an 18 whilst hidden, is a charge. Aha! How's the Grenade in combat? Not very good. Does nothing. Alright, that was surprisingly good, that was. So, what's the event? A 12, I think that's the lift. A 12 on the event table is Escape Chamber. So the lift shall appear in the bottom corner, because that's the furthest away from us, I believe. I'll be back with the next round. Alright, so we got a super good initiative order. Super useful. So I'm going to start off with Players Vaughn, who's going to use a 4 to use her Vindicator Chainblade on this poor guardsman here. She crits him, so he's dead. Very good. We're then going to spend a 5, not that it particularly matters, but it's her only other dice, to Vindicator Flamer this hex. So the Flamer man dies, and then the other man is absolutely fine. But the important thing is, we got them first. That was the important thing, that they went first. Next, it's the Eldar. So we're going to start off by moving. Oh, did she gain an inspiration point for those kills? No, she did not. The Eldar's going to jump to here, first of all. And then she's going to stab that man. And he takes a wound. There we go. We're going to stab him again. He's dead. Goodbye. I should probably reroll that, actually. Drop in the model. Nope, so he's actually alive, because it wasn't flat, so I'll reroll it. Third to attack, stab him again. Oh my goodness, Eldar. 2 off the Destiny pool, stab again. There we go. We did it. So, that'll be it for the Eldar. Did she gain inspiration? Nope. Next is the hostile group of the Traitor Guardsmen. They reinforce. Yes, of course they do. I'll deploy them in a minute. What does the Lasgun fellow do, Mr. Man, who's over here? 12, whilst hidden, having, run away from combat of the rogue trader. 12 while hidden is no, it's not, it's his advance. So 1, 2. He can see, so he's going to shoot. He'll shoot the rogue trader. Why not? Nothing. Alright, I'll deploy the hostiles and move them, and then I'll come back with Janus Draik's turn. Alright, so we had a couple of guardsmen reinforces. They reinforced over here, these 2 guys, which is hilarious because, they, now we've just got a gaggle of guardsmen that I need to remember which ones are which, but thankfully, I have a way. Some of them have got red, and some of them are green. Don't know how well you can see the red and green, but it's there. So Janus Draik moved up, and he's going to start stabbing. Does a wound, which kills him. He's using a 6 stab 3 times. And then he's going to spend a 5 to loot this item, which is something in the fortress. It's money. He's happy with money. Money's always good. And then we're going to spend the last action to move. Now, we'll set up Overwatch. So if somebody comes along and tries to stab him, it's all good. Next is the Traitor Guardsman, who I'm assuming, yep, they don't reinforce. Now, I'm just going to roll for this guy on camera, because the rest of these probably won't do anything. So what does that one Guardsman do? He does a 19. Oh, boy. Well, hidden, that's a rush. So it's gonna stab Pious Vaughn. He gets a wound. Does she block it? No. So she's now taken 3 wounds. I should probably heal her at some point. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll roll for the rest of the guardsmen off camera. So the robot finally had room to actually move. So he spent his 1 to move to there. He's then going to crush this guy with the claw with a 3. He kills him. As a point, this is where the 4 remaining guardsmen ran up. We then have the 6 off the Destiny pool to move him 2, because yeah, he's moving now. He's oiled up all of his gears and stuff, and he's finally able to actually move. He's then going to punch the melee guy with another 3. He does nothing. He's then going to spend the 3 off the Destiny pool to crush him again. Yeah, we do. We crush-inate this guy. Alright, he killed 2 people. Does he gain inspiration? He does! Oh, you go, robot. You're the best robot. What's the event? A 13. The lift's already here, so we will move on to the next round. Alright, so start the new round. I did completely forget that the Group 3, the Marine and the Beastmen exist. They rushed forward, as you can see. The Marine's here, the one Beastman's here, and the final Beastman is over here. The traitor group that's almost wiped out, they went first and they just moved a bit. So now we're on to Janus Draik. He's going to start off by using a 1 to fire his pistol into the Chaos Space Marine. He gets a wound. He's going to spend a 2 to fire again into the Chaos Space Marine. Gets a wound. He's going to spend a 2 because he rolled awfully to fire again at the Chaos Space Marine. Does nothing. He's then going to spend a 3 to fire at the Chaos Space Marine. He does nothing. Good job, Janus. Does anyone else want the dice? Yeah, should probably do it with Janus, considering that the Marine's going next. We're going to spend the 2 off the Destiny Pool to fire again at the Chaos Marine. No. So we did 2 wounds to him. Yeah, this will be fine. Alright, so on to Group 3. What does this beast... We'll start off with that Beastman. What does he do? What does he want to do? 13. Is engaged, so he... Onslaught. So he attacks the robot twice. 2 die. Yep, blue on both attempts. He gets a crit. Does the robot block it? No, but he rerolls because he's the robot. He doesn't. He takes a grievous wound. That's not good. This hasn't been a very good combat at the very start. Then moving over to this corner of the map. What does this Chaos Space Marine decide to do? A 19. Whilst something. He rapid fires his bolter, meaning that he fires twice. And rerolls fails. He gets double crit. This might be a very, very quick exploration. Does Janus block either of them? No! He rolls double fail on the avoidance. Oh no. No, Janus. Janus, why? Bolters are scary, it turns out. Who would have thought it? The Beastman behind him rolls a 4 while hidden. This Beastman's very passive. Yeah, he's been very passive this entire encounter. He walks forward and fires his las pistol. Rolls a purple. Gets a success. Does Janus Draik block it? Yes, he does. Alright, Janus, that's double crit is really bad. Traitor Group 1, so some guardsmen. They do reinforce, because of course they do. I'll set them up in a moment. They're over here for the most part. So, what does the Grenade Man do? A 2 whilst engaged. I think he's running away. Yep. Bye-bye. Ending up there. The other guardsman, 19. Whilst close. Onslaught. Fires twice. Gets a crit. Does the robot block it? He blocks it partially, taking a wound. We're taking so much damage. This is so bad. Then it's Flamer Man. Rolls a 9. Whatever that is. Advance, because he's not in cover. It's this one. 1, 2. Sets fire to the robot. Gets a crit. The robot blocks it partially. Alright, the robot's out of dice. Oh no, this is not good. Alright, Amelin Shadow Guide. Alright, you need to do a lot of work here. Alright, so I decided that the robot needed help more than Janus, because the robot has no dice, Janus has at least 2. And he's also fighting a lot less. So she spent a 1 to move over to there. She's then going to spend the 3 to stab the Beastman. He's dead, because they only have 3 wounds. Then she's going to spend a 5 to stab that Flamer Man. He isn't dead. So she's going to spend a 6 to do it again. And she does it. He's dead. Does she get any inspiration from that? No. Then it's the robot who physically can't do anything because he doesn't have any dice. So the robot's done. And then it's Pious Vaughn, who can't really do anything either because she only has a 1. So she's going to try and heal. Does she heal? She does. Back to only taking a grievous wound. Roll for the event very quickly. A 15 is... Someone gains an inspiration point. Sure, the robot. Robot is somehow inspired by this situation. I'll be back the next round. Okay, so top of the turn. I think we'll be okay. Pious Vaughn's moved to here with Janus Draik with a 2 that she had on her pool. We're then going to spend a 3 to vindicate a flamer, the Marine and the Beastman. So the Marine dies on a crit, the Beastman dies on a crit. Thank you so much, Pious Vaughn. That was really important. We're then going to spend a 5 to move her again. Just going to move her to here, though. We don't want to move too far, because there's a mob of just dudes down here. So, we really don't want to get charged. Next, it's the robot. Robot's turn is going to be very simple. He's going to start off by trying to repair himself. He does on a crit. He removes 2 of the wounds. Very, very good. And then, I'm not entirely sure what to do with him. We'll spend the 6 off the Destiny pool, because he only has Destiny pool dice, to fire his assault cannon 3 times at this poor man. Now he's behind cover, so reducing the value of all these things, so nothing, and a whole lot of nothing. Good job, Robot. At least you repaired yourself. That's very useful. Then it's Hostile Group 3, which I should roll to see whether or not A, Pious Vaughn got inspiration. Of course I roll off camera. A 4, which she does, because the Marine himself has 4, so that's very good. Then I need to roll to see whether or not reinforcements and stuff will do all of that. Now we'll do their reinforcements now. And Group 1, which is the Red Guardsmen. The Guardsmen keep on reinforcing. No, Group 1 is the green ones. Right. They're constantly coming back. There's nothing I can do about that. Apart from roll better on the D20, I suppose. I'll be back with whatever happens. So it would seem that Commander Brannigan of the Imperial Guard is sending, well, I suppose Traitor Guard at this point, is using the classic technique of sending waves upon waves of his own men at them. So, this guardsman over here rolls a 12, whilst close, in cover, because he's got a lasgun. He's going to onslaught, so he's going to fire twice. He's going to fire at the robot, because the Eldar will just straight up take damage, and the Eldar is our best bet. Nothing. Then, alright, so quick overview for all the guardsmen. They all rushed forward. He stood still. That was it. So, you know, I rolled on camera, but I'm just going to skip that and just edit this in. So next it's Amelin Shadow Guide, the Eldar Ranger. Okay, so the Eldar's turn starts off with her moving over to here. She's got a nice little firing gallery of guardsmen. First of all, though, she needs to remove him. He's kind of in the way, so we're going to stab him with the power blades. Do nothing. Alright, let's try stabbing him again. That was with a 3. Spend a 4 to do it again. He is definitely dead. Goodbye. Next, she's going to aim and fire a sniper with a 5, because she on a 5+, she always aims and rerolls fails. She's going to snipe at the lasgun, at the Flamer Man. 3 away. Does nothing, but she can re-roll it, because she's Eldar. Nope, nothing. Good job. We're going to spend the 4 to do it again. No. Re-roll fails. No. Oh, this Eldar's the worst. Alright, we're then going to spend a 3 off the Destiny pool to do it again. Fire. She does a wound. The Eldar are masters of war. Assuming you can roll above a, 3. Okay, so no reinforcements for the guardsman. What does the Flamer Man do? He rolls a 1 whilst close. Fall back. Bye. Oh, these guardsmen. Bossman is going to fire his last pistol twice at the Eldar in cover. Does nothing. Alright, that was fun. Janus Draik, I've just got to figure out what he's going to do, and I'll be back. So, Janus Draik has walked on forward using his 4 and his 2, and now we're going to use a 6 to start stabbing. You see, we're getting to the lift, we're getting there, it's just there's a lot of guardsmen in the way. So into Machete Man, he's fine, again, he dies, and then into Club Man, he dies as well. Goodbye, please don't come back. Inspiration, no. Event, 9. Wonder what 9 is. 9 would be changing conditions. What is there? A twist. No. Alright, next round. I'll be back. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Lift. We're almost at the lift. So we're going to start off with Janus Draik. As per the initiative, he's moved up, and then he's going to spend a 4 to start stabbing. So into the sergeant of group number 1, he takes a wound. We'll spend our second stab into the same guy. He takes another wound, so he's taking 2. We'll then spend the 4 of the destiny pool to do it again. Stab number 1, he's dead. And then into the Lasgun man, no. So we just kill him. I don't know if that was good enough, to be entirely honest. 19. 16, sorry. He's fine. Then, do the Marines reinforce? No. Does Hostile Group 2 reinforce? No. What does the Sergeant do? A 7. So, a 7, whilst now he's not hidden, he is not engaged, he's not in cover. With a lasgun, he's close. He's going to onslaught. So he's going to fire twice into Janus Draik because he's the closest. Should probably check something on there. So he can see Janus Draik. I was a bit concerned about this lip here. So he's within 2 to 3 with a las pistol. Firing twice. He's in cover. Nothing. Then the Flamer Man. 11 is... It's this Flamer Man. 11, whilst he's not hidden, he's not engaged, he's not in cover, he's not close either. He's going to aim. He can't aim because he's got a flamer, so he moves up because he's out of range. Alright, that was group 2. I'll be back with whatever I decide to do with the Eldar. Okay, starting off, aim, fire, grenade man. Gets a crit, killing him. Second action, aim, fire, sergeant. Reroll because of the aimed fire, kills him. That's using 4 pluses, because on a 4+ she can aim and fire normally. She's then going to spend one of her 2s to fire at Flamer Man. He's dead. And then we're just going to move... Yeah, we're going to spend the last 2 to move to here, onto the Luke. She's fast enough to rush. Alright, that was her turn. Inspiration for the kills? No. Then the robot's probably just going to move. I'll be back with whatever I decide to do with Pious Vaughn. Alright, so Pious Vaughn has moved on up there, and then I'm going to use her little item that she bought. I'm going to use Incantation Stun. So, using a 6 for that. So I roll dice for everybody within range of it. If I roll greater than their wounds, they're stunned. So Lasgun Man, yes. Flamer Man, yes. Lasgun Man, yes. Do they reinforce? No. I'll be back with next round because they all lose their action for this round. So, no attacking us. Alright, I'm not a huge fan of the current initiative order, so I'm going to try and change it a little bit. Starting off with Gambit with Pious Vaughn, using her 1. She fails. And I'm going to try with Amelin Shadow Guide, using her 1. She crits, so she can swap with any hostile group. I'm going to swap with 1, so that all these Traitor Guardsmen go last. And I'll be back with Pious Vaughn, assuming that Group 2 doesn't reinforce. So it turns out the Eldar's really fast. She was able to grab the loot, she got money value 1, and then she managed to get all the way over here, and we're going to use the only Destiny dice we have to stab this Guardsman, because why not? He's dead. Inspiration, yes, good job Eldar. Do that in a moment. Then we have Pious Vaughn, who's going to use her 6 to Cleansing Flame this group. So the Flamer Man is dead. The other man is also dead. She's going to spend nothing. I think she just gets back into the lift. Yeah, we're going to go back to the lift. Janus Draik's also going to get in the lift. And then I have to roll for reinforcements, and if anything happens, I will show it. So naturally, you know, the guardsmen have been reinforcing this entire thing. So naturally, the Beastman and the Chaos Space Marines were feeling left out, so they've turned up. They're going to immediately attack the Eldar because they can, so I'm just going to roll them both together. The purple being the Beastman firing his pistol, and the blue being the Marine firing his bolter. You get 2 successes. She isn't in cover. Defense for Amelin is the D6s. Should have grabbed these. She takes a wound. Alright, I'll be back with whatever I want to do with the robot. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Okay, so I made a quick double move with the robot to get him somewhere that will hopefully protect the Eldar. And then I'll roll for the event. Rolled a 7. Changing conditions. Yeah. What's the twist? Oh my god. Oh, they don't stop coming, they don't stop coming. So I've got to reroll reinforcement rolls now, because they weren't showing up enough before. Great. I'll be back with the next round. Okay, so the initiative is pretty good. So I'm going to start off with the robot. He's going to start off with his power claw. However, this time we're going to add in explosive rounds, because you can do this with your melee weapons. Which I'm not entirely sure why, but you know, you can. So clearly his fist is explosive. So what this means is I basically hit everyone in the hex. So against the Beastman, I've just realised I can't actually use the 1 for this, can I? One moment. Yeah, so looking at it, I actually have to use my 2 to do this, because the Beastman makes all the actions 1 harder. So the fist gets a wound on the Beastman, and then on the Chaos Marine gets a crit. Which doesn't kill him, because they have 4 wounds each. Well, that was unfortunate. We're going to spend a 2 off the Destiny pool to do it again. The Beastman takes a wound, and the Chaos Marine dies. Ah, this is unfortunate. We're going to spend a 4 off the Destiny pool to punch him again. We got him. I'll do the reinforcement rolls for the enemies off camera. Do we get inspiration? No. As to be expected, we got more guardsmen, because, you know, why wouldn't we? Endless hordes. I legitimately have no idea how many guardsmen I've killed in this one combat. I might actually keep a track of this now, because this has been ridiculous. Flamer Man doesn't do anything when he arrives. The Sergeant gets a crit. Does the robot block it? No, but he rerolls it because he's the robot. He ignores it. Machete Man gets a crit. Does the robot ignore it? Yes. And then Grenade Man rolls a d6, because grenades aren't very good in combat. And he is the one we had to reinforce. Nothing. Good. So Amelin is next, and she is going to start shooting. We're going to start off by firing her long rifle at the Flamer Man, using the aimed shot on a 4+. Does a wound. We are then going to do it again. Yeah, with the 5. Reroll fails. Okay, he's still alive. Great. We're then going to spend 2 to just leave. Yeah, 2 to just leave. I did forget Janus Draik's turn, but he wasn't really going to do anything. So we're going to spend a 2 to go. No, we're going to spend a 2 to go to here. And then we're going to stab Mr. Man here. So she's aimed and fired, use Destiny Dice to aim and fire again, and then she's going to stab that man, who dies. Bye. Do we get anything for that? No. Next it's Pious Born, who... Pious Born. She's going to move. 1, 2, 3. She's going to set fire to that group of dudes. Flamer Man. Dead. Sergeant takes a wound. Grenade Man takes a nothing. She's going to do it again. Sergeant. Dead. Grenade Man. Dead. Goodbye. Does she gain inspiration? No. Chaos Marines. Don't reinforce. Have to re-roll it. Don't reinforce. What's the event? Changing conditions again. Nothing. Next round. Buddy, I just want to leave. That's all we want to do. We just want to leave. They're not letting us leave. Yeah, they all reinforced. So starting off with the 2 Beastmen into the robot. Double crit. Does the robot block either of them? Rerolls fails. So he takes a wound. The Chaos Marine's going to fire into the Eldar because I really, really don't want the robot to take much more damage. Gets a wound. Does she block it? Yeah, she does. Check out that mesh armour. Alright, Janus Draik. Okay, so Janus Draik's going to try and do something useful. He moved to here with his one. He's going to shoot his pistol at that Chaos Space Marine. All the way over there. I was about to use wrong dice. He gets a crit off in the corner there. Right, do we get more guardsmen? No. Thank you. Robot. Can we just leave with the robot? Man, I think we should really kill things. I feel like we should, but I feel like the other two can handle it. So we're going to spend his 6 to move 2, because we're just going to try and leave now. Then it's Amelin. She's going to spend her 2 to stab this Chaos Space Marine. He dies. Thank you, Janus. That injury you did earlier was very useful. That's her 2. She's going to go and spend a 4 to move to here. A 5 to pick this up. What's the item? Money. Good. Does she gain inspiration for... Yeah, she does. Oh, she's so happy she came. And then, because, you know, she's the only one that's actually not really been hurt that badly. Group 2. No. No. So Group 2 didn't reinforce. Pious Vaughn, please remove those beastmen. Cleansing Flame. First one. Dead. Second one. Takes a wound. Spend the 5 to do a regular flamer attack. No. Spend the 2 to do another regular flamer attack. Yes. Remove the beastmen. Inspiration. No. What's the event? A 3. No destiny roll next turn. Fine. Next round coming up. Alright, we're almost there. So, what does so the robot is going to spend his 2 to move to here. I'm then going to roll to see whether or not the Marine and his buddies reinforce. Yep, that's the one. So they turn up here. They will shoot at Pious Vaughn, I guess. Yep. So, Bolter from the Chaos Marine. Nothing. The 2 V7 fire las pistols, nothing. And then the rest of the round doesn't really matter because nothing can really reinforce to where they are, basically. I can roll very quickly the reinforcements. No, yes. So, a sergeant arrives and fires his las pistol. Does a crit. Okay, I said nothing would matter. It wouldn't matter. Okay, he crits Pious Vaughn. Good. That's what I get for saying nothing would matter. And then we leave. Because no more enemies can reinforce because the hexes where they reinforce are full, and we leave. I'm not going to roll for, like, killing them, because I don't really want to. I'll be back with the decision about what I'm going to do next. Alright, I'm back after that. Interesting combat, let's put it that way. That took way too long for a normal combat. Oh, the amount of guardsmen that came back. I have no idea how many died during that encounter. I'll probably put on screen somewhere. I'll count it up, because I don't know how many, but it was a ridiculous number. I'm sure it'll end up being actually not that many, but the amount of them was ridiculous. Now, looking at our injuries, we are really badly beaten up, but I don't want to just make this a one exploration combat. I don't really want to, like, you know, that'd be a bit boring, you know, for you to watch and stuff like that. So I'm going to carry on against my better judgment. So we're going to draw this card, and I don't know what it is, but I hope it's nothing bad. Cut them down. A group of hostiles are escaping with a hoard of valuable materials. They must be brought down before they get away. So clearly, you know, we've killed so many guardsmen, we've forced them to retreat, and they're clearly running away with, you know, ammo or loot or whatever. So I'll read through what this does. Okay, so this is a weird one. So the way this works is I have to make weapon actions against enemies that are 3 away, then 4 away, then 5 away. Now, what I need to do is I need to inflict 4 or more damage. What this means, because it's 3, then 4, then 5, what this means is that, actually, she can't do anything. Pious Vaughn cannot kill that hostile, because she can't do 4 damage. So we'll start off with the robot. At range 2 to 3, he's going to fire his assault cannon 3 times at whoever's running away. So we do a wound from 2 of the shots, and then the 3rd shot does another wound. So that's 2 so far. At range 4, he fires on purples, but again, he can fire 3 times because his actions... There we go. So he gets 4. So he gets an item. What does he find? Architect 1. Amelin Shadow Guide. So range 2 to 3, using her long rifle. Aimed. She does a wound. At range 4, she does a crit, so she's done 4 already. What does she get? Who'd have thought the sniper was really good at longer range? Architect 1. And finally, Janus Draik. At range 2 to 3, he rolls a purple. Nothing. And then at the last 2 ranges, he rolls d6s. Nothing. So he doesn't actually hit at all. So these 2 get money. We are injured. It's really bad. I'm going to go back to Precipice. You know, we all got something apart from Vaughn. Yeah, Vaughn didn't get anything, but everyone else got something. We will go back to Precipice. So, back at Precipice, we've already got a couple of legacies. We've got Chaos Space Marines turning up and Countdown. What's our new legacy for this specific encounter? Beastmen. Okay, that's fine. You know, because we're already encountering Beastmen. So this just means that, you know, we can encounter them by themselves now. And I suppose they're more likely to turn up. And next I'll be back once I know what items I can buy in the shops. Alright, so back at Precipice, I'm going to start off with Janus Draik, the man, the myth, and the legend himself. So on his ship, the Vanguard, he's going to his own ship, he has access to Jakera weapon enhancements to buy, access to the Mammoth Tusk Blade, and an Auspex. Now I only have one, and I'm going to actually... I don't really want any of those, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use the facilities on his ship. I'm going to go gambling. So I roll a d20. On a 1, I lose an item. I've only got 1, it's worth 1. 16 plus, I can exchange that item for something of my choice. I can re-roll it if I wish. Naturally roll off camera, it's a 12. The re-roll, a 3. So I don't lose it, but I don't get anything. So I'm going to spend my 1 Architect plus the 1 discount I get to buy this Auspex. Next is Amelin Shadow Guide, the Eldar Ranger, and she's going to go onto the Clarion, aka the Ecclesiarchal ship. I don't know why they're letting her on there, being you know, not human, but apparently they're absolutely fine with it. There she can buy Incantation Boost, Incantation Resolve, which again I'm not that interested in, but it's cool. But the thing I am interested in is the Improved Stimulants, which means that she can triple her move for an entire round. Which, with her movement of 4 base, means she can move 12 hexes per action, which is insane. So I'm going to get rid of 2 Archaeotech and buy the Improved Stimulants. Next is the Robot. He's going to go to his own ship. He can buy Condemno rounds, Anzian's Pseudo-Genitor, Explosive Ammunition. Now, unfortunately, he can... That's worth 5 on his ship, the explosive ammo, because it's... Value 6, but it's his own ship, so he gets a discount. I only have 4 worth of items, so I'm going to use the facilities on his ship. What this means is, on a 1, he is dead. On a 11 plus, he gets some money. I can re-roll it if I wish, because he is the robot. An 11. So what does he get from Discovery Day? Now, it has to be Archaeotech, so if I draw a clue, I'll draw until I don't get a clue. Architect 1. Perfect. So I'm going to spend all 5 of his Architect, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and buy the explosive ammo of his discount. This is amazing. So then we have Pious Born, and Pious Born doesn't actually have anything she can buy, nor does she have anything she can do on the last ship. So Pious Born doesn't do anything, she just exists. And that is the end of this encounter. This exploration. Not a very good one overall. We didn't really get much done, but we got some cool items at the end. And you know what, at the end of the day, we got some cool items. It's just a shame that that first combat took so much out of us. But until next time, stay optimistic, and most importantly, stay safe. Bye for now.